All right, what's going on, guys? It's Luke here. We had a partial win on shorts today, and then we ended up taking a nice win on longs afterwards. We did deal with a lot of chop today, but we ended up finally catching some setups. This one was frustrating. I ended up like re-entering this like twice, and then finally got only a partial. I wanted to see it definitely flush lower, and then this one I actually luckily closed out when I did. My actual final target I wanted was the 1 hour fair value gap above, but I ended up closing it out perfectly, pretty much at the top. I'm going to show you guys the executions. They're all in the Discord right now. Right here, this was the long in and out, and then this was the short entry from before. And again, I ended up re-entering, getting the same entry. I only took a partial, so I didn't end up getting the full win. But again, if you guys want to join the Discord, link will be in the pinned comment. And if you guys want a discount code to Alpha Futures, it'll be in the pinned comment as well. I think you'll get just 10% off right now. So if you guys want to use that, it'll be down there. But let's get right into this. Starting out from the top, I personally wanted to see a move lower. We have so much stacked up low resistance sell side liquidity. We had AM lows, these hourly lows, London, and all this. I wanted to see maybe manipulation higher and then a move down, which is kind of what ended up happening. So off market open, we actually ended up getting a nice move up. I wanted to get these longs right here. We had this sweep right here of these lows. We had an SMT off the lows. We had a 1 minute inverse. I just wanted to retrace, and I would have longed up to previous day high. So I'm assuming a lot of people probably caught that in and out move right there. The only problem is we weren't really delivering off anything. We just had this little internal sweep, 1 minute inverse, but we didn't end up catching that. But anyway, from there, price ends up sweeping the previous day high, and obviously ES never swept out previous day highs, so we had a bearish SMT off the highs, because previous day highs all the way up here for ES. So we had a bearish SMT off the highs, and we had draws and liquidity lower. So for me, I wanted to see a rotation back down. My first entry was, I believe it was right here. We had this inverse. I don't remember if it was just a 2 minute or what it was exactly. I think it was just a 1 minute. But regardless, we ended up shifting down here. We had this inverse. We had this pullback in. I think it was a 30-second fair value gap right here. And ended up taking the entry right around. My entry was at 68 or 60. No, 68. Stops, I just ran above this fair value gap right here. And I moved stops really quick to break even as soon as we swept this internal low. Just because that's obviously the safe way to play it. And then price ends up coming back and pushing us to break even. From there, we end up chopping around, and I just have faith in price going lower. And I see all this low resistance sell side liquidity. I know we have that SMT off the highs. I just want to play it safe off of this internal low. And before people say move stops to break even, I know what I'm doing with my shit. Like, I know when to manage my trades. I've back tested enough. I don't need, I know what I'm doing. So anyway, price ends up chopping around, and we end up getting a re-entry at the same price. And basically my idea was to see ES flood lower to London low, because ES was approaching London low fast. So I wanted to take profit when ES swept London low. So as soon as we came down and we ended up taking out these internal lows and taking out this AM low, I scaled out a tiny bit, moved my stops to break even. But my final take profit was to see ES take out London low. And as you can see, it was approaching it, and it just basically edged it and then reversed. So I didn't end up catching the full take profit. Obviously, I would have taken a lot more, and I probably would have left runners down, because I took this on different accounts. So I probably would have left runners down to take out the rest of that sell side liquidity, but we ended up getting a small take profit at this AM low. And again, my next and main take profit was going to be when ES swept London, and then I was going to leave runners on my other accounts down to see it flush lower, but we ended up getting taken out break even on that. From there, we sat through chop and chop and chop, and I was pretty much done for the day. But then I seen price come in and respect this 3 minute bullish fair value gap right here. And we swept AM low. We had a nice move up and a retrace into this 3 minute bullish fair value gap. And if you look at ES at the exact same time, ES was also respecting off a 3 minute. And I believe it was also a 5 minute bullish fair value gap right there. So we were showing that we're respecting bullish order flow. We shifted into bullish order flow after sweeping out lows. The only problem I had was that ES had left relative equal lows with London. But I did figure maybe we would have a short-term push up to take out this buy side, tap into this 15-minute first presented, which is exactly what ended up happening. Price ended up tapping into this 15-minute first presented right here and selling off. So my idea was, price is respecting out of this 3 minute bullish fair value gap. If we get the highest time frame inverse, I want to see price potentially come up to this hourly bearish fair value gap up here, or just take profits when ES taps into this 15-minute first presented. So basically I scaled down and I looked for the highest time frame inverse. And it was this, I don't think we had one on the 2 minute. I have to double check. I think we had a very small one on the 2 minute, but I based my entry off of this 1 minute. So basically on the 1 minute, we had this 1 minute bearish fair value gap get inversed right here on this candle. I took the re-entry on this poke back in. Stops, I gave them about a 15-point stop below the 1 minute inverse, just because if I knew if it was going to continue to flush below there, this trade idea wasn't really valid. And basically I just scaled a little bit here, and then I took full take profit right here around 1043 or 1044. I think it was 1044 on this candle right here. And again, reason why I did want to see the hourly gap get filled, but again, 1044, we go to ES at this exact same time, and I'm going to show you guys what I was looking at. ES at 1044 was rejecting off of a 15-minute first presented fair value gap. As you can see right here, 15-minute first presented fair value gap. ES was rejecting off it, so I just decided to fully take the profit there rather than try to, hold for those last bit of points, because my final take profit was just going to be right here. So this ended up being the full trade, around like a 5.6R trade. But yeah, basically seen the order flow shift. We swept out AM low, 3-minute fair value gap was holding, 1-minute inverse, took it on the retrace, and took basically full take profit when ES started respecting that 15-minute first presented. So that's it from me, guys. Partial win and a regular win, a pretty good win. That's it for me. We'll be back tomorrow. We have a no news Friday, I believe, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.